Hello, it's been a while. And by a while, I mean a few days at best. At best! But still, nonetheless, when I'm supposed to be posting every day, that is a while. So, welcome back. Welcome. This is probably your first time seeing me. Odds are. And I saw something that motivated me to get back into posting because I was looking at this YouTube channel that's like a data analysis visualization. I know, so nerdy. Speaking of being nerdy, this weekend was DreamCon. I went to my first DreamCon this weekend. Anyway, so I went to my first DreamCon this weekend, being a nerd and shit. And it was actually really cool. I'm not gonna do a whole DreamCon recap on here because I understand how social media works, and when you post about something, the algorithm shows it to people who it thinks wants to watch about that topic. And I actually don't want DreamCon folks finding this channel because I love this channel being my dirty little secret. I'll definitely do DreamCon reviews on my Instagram though because I actually want people to find me and talk to me about it on there. That being said, also speaking of which, YouTube is so ghetto. I mean, all social media apps are so ghetto for this because you did not get my consent. But what's really ghetto is the government for not regulating industries, tech specifically, when we are all surrounded by technology. But yeah, I realized that YouTube was sending me, whenever I would send links, it was attaching my channel to the link and be like, do you want to follow this channel? The way that Instagram started doing that shit behind my back. TikTok started doing that shit. Man, fuck you apps, man. You can't just start sharing my username without my consent. So anyway, I learned how to turn that off. So I turned that off today. I've already sent random video links to a few people, but like, you know, we stopped the bleeding early. Anyway, back to speaking of bleeding. So I was watching a data visualization video about jobs in the past 200 years, going all the way back to slavery. Bruh, so many slaves. There were so many slaves. There were so many slaves. What the fuck? There's so many, anyway, millions and millions of slaves, y'all. Like, this was not a small thing. Like, the entire U.S. economy only exists because of slavery. Like, not even like, oh, I made you bitches, you hoes should be grateful. No, like, quite literally, the U.S. economy only exists because of slavery. If you take slavery out, the U.S. economy would literally not exist. Quite literally. I'm not making it up. Go do your research. This is not some like, oh, pro black power, we made you bitches. I'm literally just saying the data. That's like saying a cake doesn't exist without flour. Like, it's the facts. The reason why I say this is because I looked at a lot of it's first of all, it's crazy to see how jobs have changed definitely century by century, but decade by decade. And then in the past 50 years, 5 years by 5 years at a time. You know, once the 2000s hit, whew, jobs change very rapidly. And it's very interesting to think about how a job is really just a response to a need. And when needs change, for example, when World War struck, a bunch of people ended up in the military, doing a variety of jobs within the military, but within the military nonetheless. Once farms got taken over by corporations, farming went down a lot. And then when things like schools became more mandated, school teachers went up a lot. And as people started to live longer and longer, elderly care, which I still call a branch of nursing, but elderly care went up a lot. Yeah. But you know what's on the rise as of 2025? Social media content creators. And the reason why I say this is because I'm looking at these things. What was I about to look up? DreamCon, jobs, slaves, social media content. Whatever, I'll see it when I watch this video back. Okay, but listen, so social media content creators are on the rise. And the reason why I think that's important, I've alluded to this in previous videos coming at it from a different perspective of analysis, but I'm arriving at the same conclusion. Earlier I'd said like, it's basically the same point being made differently. But the point is, nearly all jobs can be taken away through machine automation, nearly. Some are much harder to take away than others. But when you think about building your career, if you are thinking about building your career, I personally, I like to, if I'm gonna spend my time learning how to do something, because once you learn something, you have that knowledge with you forever until you get Alzheimer's. But once you learn something, you have that knowledge with you forever. So you might as well learn something that you can use forever. And I say that to say a lot of the jobs that are currently on the list of most common jobs can be automated away and will be automated away, right? Like I see more and more driverless cars. Driverless. I'm not talking about hands-free. Driverless. Ain't nobody sitting in that front seat. Ain't nobody. Nobody. Yeah, like last night, went out to eat with some folks. And there were people at a crosswalk who kept like deciding whether they were gonna go or not. And I watched a car with no driver in it. With no driver in it. Stop, start, trying to figure out if they were gonna go or not. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm team autonomous everything. As far as I'm concerned, people are like, it's so weird having a robot. Shut up. You sound like folks who think pasta should be handmade. It's just like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I'm not arguing with you on like a spiritual level. Like I'm sure there's something to be said of pasta handmade with love, but like it's not efficient. And I just want some noodles. So sorry. Same thing with autonomous vehicles. The part that I actually don't understand, I mean, I get it because I studied psychology. Conceptually, I get it. But like the part I actually don't understand is how people, you could actually argue against machines taking over a lot of jobs, but I would want driving to be the first thing machines take over. Like we all know how dangerous driving is. We know how stupid people are when they drive. People drink and drive. They do makeup and drive. They eat and drive. They argue and drive. They be on their phone and driving and calling and driving and texting and driving. And you're gonna argue with me about, oh, I just don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with a robot driving for me. You've been in 3 accidents in the past 10 years that were your fault. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, so, and I get it. It's like a control thing. It's like, yeah, but I can control the fact that I was gonna die. Right. So that's why I'm like, from a psychological perspective, I understand that humans have a need for control. That's why people like are so weird about planes, even though planes, which are autonomous, by the way, pilots barely actually drive planes. They like land it and take it off, and for the most part, that shit isn't autopilot. So we've already had autonomous vehicles, but I'm not gonna say anything about that. Yeah, that's why people be freaking out about planes. It's like, I'm not the one driving. What if it suddenly crashes? Even though planes are infinitely safer than being in a car. Even if we were to take away the factors of drinking and driving, texting and driving, eating and driving, whatever, even if people actually paid attention while they drove, which they don't, planes are still infinitely safer because, first of all, air traffic control. Second of all, there ain't no traffic up here. We're not close enough to be crashing into each other. The only reason why a plane would crash is if it malfunctions, versus like people kill each other all the time just because they bump into each other. Playing bumper cars down here, like. But I've always been, you know, more logical than the average person. So I'm not saying I'm always logical. Of course, I do a lot of stupid shit and emotional shit, but like the driving thing just seems so obvious to me. Anyway, back to the point. Social media content creators. All of the jobs on that list, besides nursing and social media content creator, will be taken by robots in the next 20 years. Robotics is actually incredibly difficult to do, but like, if we already have driverless cars, that means all the Uber drivers, all the delivery couriers, all those truck drivers. Bro, you know how many people are truck drivers? All them truck drivers are about to lose their job. Because, what? Truck driver, you just sitting there and getting the car from one place to another. Girl, once they figure out how to autonomously drive trucks, they're gonna hire people to load and unload them. And they're gonna do all types of security shit to make sure that nothing's stolen, but like, please. That being said, there's that. What else is on the list? Grocery store cashiers, waitresses. Girl, please. We already got QR code menus. Just wait until you put all your shit in a kiosk. Their chefs will always be necessary. I do think actually it is damn near impossible for robots to actually take over cooking. Like they can't, how do I say this? they can cook, but they can't be a chef. How do I explain this? A burger place, for example. McDonald's, absolutely. Robots can go in there, to Krabby Patty, right? But like actual restaurants, because part of the reason why you go to a restaurant is to pay for the experience, and part of the reason you pay for the experience is because you get customized types of meals. They make things differently. There's creativity involved, right? But like a restaurant where creativity is not involved, like McDonald's, they are definitely going to automate their chefs. I'm calling it now. Calling it now seems silly to say. It's like me calling the fact that it's gonna snow in the winter. Anyway, so yeah, highly repetitive food industries, they're gonna automate all of their cooks. All the driving and delivery is gonna be automated. We're already seeing it happen. I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait until all Ubers are autonomous vehicles. I'm actually kind of pissed off because Waymo's already doing that, but they charge higher prices than Uber. I'm like, bro, there isn't even a human being in the car. How is this more expensive? How is this more expensive? Make that make sense. But that price will come down. Elon will make sure of it. And all of this is to say, wow, just get to the point, girl. A social media content creator is the only thing that cannot be replaced by a robot on that list. And you know why? Because it's not a skill. It's not a physical motion. It is a relationship you build with your audience. People love, right? I just went to a convention this weekend. People are like, oh my God, you're my favorite influencer and I'm getting to meet you in real life. Yeah. So I know people have, AI content creators, faceless pages, whatever. And those are going to be pretty cool for fulfilling the need. Listen, every job fulfills a need. Fulfilling the need of like entertainment and shit, right? That's why it's like AI musicians are actually pretty good. I know everyone wants to hate on them, but they're actually pretty good. And why are they pretty good? Because it's like, if I just want to listen to music that says the lyrics that I like in a way that I like, cool, done. But what is a social media content creator? There's the branch of content creation, which is like, let me just give you knowledge. But part of content creation actually is just seeing another human being creatively or humorously express something in a way you can connect to. It's the personal connection. And yes, there's going to be millions of people on earth who are okay with personally connecting to a robot or like an AI page just because they like the way it looks or what they say, or like, oh, I wish people were like this. Yes, I get it. I'm not diminishing the fact that that's real, but people like real shit. And so I'm coming back to YouTube. This is a long way, a really long way of me saying I'm coming back to YouTube because yet again, besides the fact that I like to express myself, I'm reminded of the fact that being a content creator, even though it takes a long time to monetize, is one of the few jobs that AI cannot take from me under any circumstance. Because I'm a real bitch. See, AI wouldn't have said that. Well, maybe. Over time, they're gonna train it to be insanely human and even like have random quips and shit, but like, whatever. It's not gonna quit like me. It's not gonna quit like me. I'm a real weirdo. And that's why I'm even more well positioned to never be replaced by AI, because I'm not even an average human being. Like, I'm not running on a repeatable script. I'm not like these other bitches. I'm not like these other bitches. I'm really not though. So cheers to being a social media content creator. And the fact that it's a job that AI will never take from me. RIP to all the truck drivers. Enjoy it while it lasts. RIP to all the food service workers and cashiers. Enjoy it while it lasts. We already got self-checkout. I went to a Amazon store in Seattle and there was nobody in the store. No, like you literally paid for your groceries automatically because they had cameras and sensors that detected everything in your cart. You know, the way you be driving through like a toll on a highway? Yeah. They detected everything in your cart and automatically charged the card you have to it. Like you walk in and you have an Amazon membership and they have your card on file in order for you to gain entry. It's not like you can just walk in. There's a gate, and in order to be able to be let into the store, you have to have an account. But if you have an account and you walk in there, you got a card on file, the sensors will You can put whatever the fuck you want in your cart, even a pack of gum, a bottle of liquor, whatever. The Sense is gonna know what's in the cart and you just walk out. Nothing. You didn't have to scan the shit. You didn't have to put it in a kiosk. You didn't have to order it. You just grab it off the shelf and leave. And it senses everything in your cart and it charges you automatically. Nobody was involved. We ain't got nobody in the car. We ain't got nobody in the stove. We not even about to have anybody in the back cooking for real. But you know what we gonna have?